So let's see how this goes. This is a video walkthrough of my garden. So this is a elderberry bush, which I decided should look like a tree. So it's looks like a tree now. This is one of my favorite bushes. It's some kind of barberry. This is a currant right here and a lupine. That is a penstemon, which is a wonderfully xeric plant. Clematis, not yet blooming. Okay, we've got yarrow and some phlox, a wild plant called a curled burdock, I believe, a hyssop. You can see there's a bumblebee in that penstemon, and there is a columbine, nice xeric plant, visiting dog. And these are my raspberry bushes. This is called a Arden. I don't remember. This is a xeric plant that starts with the letter A. Here's a wild geranium. Smells like lemons. Very nice. Some sort of hyssop. This is my shade garden. It's the only shade part of the yard. We've got some, what are those things? A stilby and some corabels and hosta and a holly right there. Okay. This is my vegetable garden. It looks like I've got 3 bodies buried here. I really don't have 3 bodies. I have, this is called hill gardening, and it is ultimately water saving. So we will walk around the veg garden here. And just check out the beehive real quick. Looks like bees are very stoked. A lot of stoked bee behavior going on here. Hi, gals. I say gals because these are worker bees, and they're obviously very busy. This is my arugula / strawberry patch. Getting some ripened strawberries. Here's one right here. Yes. And this is arugula. And we got some things planted. We have a bad dog coming in the yard. Hey, get out of there. Eat this strawberry. Strawberries are planted by the beehive to prevent squirrel from eating them, because squirrels are bad. And we are locking the gate because of puppies. So we've got a number of low water plants here, geraniums, roses. This is called a feverfew. One over there, you can see it blooms white. This is my pond. If you see the unfortunate wires crossing it, is to deter the heron that devastated my school of fish about 2 weeks ago. It's ate almost all of them, and I'm not too happy about that. I have more low water plants here, or not low, yeah, low water. They're not. Some of them are xeric, some of them are just low water. There's a service berry over there that will produce some nice berries. I've got a couple of raspberries, a blueberry, and a gooseberry. Very tasty. There is also some crawfish in the water. They're friends, they're not for food. And a couple of frogs. This is my iris garden. And got some nice chives there. And these are the ladies. Hi, ladies. Yeah, this is one of the ladies. That's Bernadette. Ladies! Guess the ladies are occupied. Let's see if they are anybody. Oh, we do have somebody in the nest. Here comes Beans. There's Beans and Bernadette. And there is Betty. Hi, Betty. She's laying an egg. Clyde, get out of here. And there's Baba Ganoush. She is she's a good layer. 2 good layers and 2 bad layers. And I also use their manure to help my garden, try to avoid using chemicals because of the bees. I'm not against chemicals, it's just that I try not to use them too much because of bees. Now we're headed to the front yard. I think the main point of my garden is that I wanted to create a lush look using low water plants, and I think mostly succeeded in doing that. This is a broom plant. Usually it is cut into a dome. I let mine be wild and crazy because I'm wild and crazy. That is a Jupiter's beard, very xeric. Everything along here just doesn't get any water at all, just whatever God gives it. That is spearmint. As you can see, it's trying to take over the world. Now we've got a number of other xeric plants. There's a Corabelle. This is lamb's ear, which smells like bubblegum. And some more stone crop, also really not killable. Chickens and hens, sometimes called house leeks. This is a honeysuckle, very nice smelling. Very tough plants, nice cactus. All right, coming around, a knockout rose here. Very nice. This is a rabbit bush that God planted. I did not put it there, God did. Did a nice job spacing it with these other plants. And volunteer is a rabbit bush is a native plant. It's a very nice bush. Nice flowers. That is a dwarf lilac, also a good xeric plant. A big bush here is a spirea. Very showy white blooms a couple weeks ago. Desert marigold, potentilla, yarrow. I don't know the name of this one. Some kind of carnation type plant. Snow in summer, hyssop. And in that, among those white blooms, there's also an Apache plume. It's a young plant, but when it gets bigger, it'll be nice. This is catmint. Cats go crazy for it. It smells really good. Oregon holly. Crazy aster is taking over everything. You have perennial bachelor buttons and this lovely Blue Mountain spirea. Very showy blooms in late summer and smells like a spa. And you got to smell it to believe it. We have my desert garden. Nothing in here gets water. You see it's very showy, very beautiful. I think people are afraid of cactus and xeric plants because they think they can't be showy, that they're just sort of boring. In fact, they are probably the showiest plants there are. Also have some self-seeding annuals. That is a poppy, California poppy. I also have a cool agave there, so check out that agave. Some yarrow. I have a Russian sage back there, a sand cherry, it's a Virginia creeper, some other plant I don't know. There's some black-eyed Susans coming up. These branching cactus are choyas. They will try to kill you if you touch them. Then I also have pad cactuses. Ooh, I have a lovely little bloom right here. Oh yeah, that's nice. That is a couple of these sort of column type cactus. There's a couple over there inside of that group of ice plant, and they were real showy earlier. But the nice thing about cactus is they do make these really showy blooms. They're very, very pretty. I do have a little bit of grass. We'll probably cut a little bit more out of it just to give this garden a little room to breathe. Grass is the least interesting thing you can put in a yard, and that's why I don't have very much of it. I'd much rather have plants. I've got my only thing that's really struggling right now is this vine, which for some reason did not, the top part is not leafing out, and I don't know why. To probably consult a garden shop. It's a nice vine, gives me shade in the summer, and it's a silver lace, very pretty, but it's obviously struggling. So that is a tour of my yard, and hope you enjoy it.